Vikings is back, and wow, what a first episode. Lots of intense moments, and it didn't waste any time setting the wheels in motion for bigger things on the horizon. So let's get hyped and not waste any time and break down the official promo trailers and previews for the next episode of Vikings. It looks as if Ivar is going to be choosing Freydis as his new wife and queen.
On the next Vikings.
I have chosen this woman to be my new wife.
And it's very interesting because he is putting an insane amount of trust in someone that he barely knows. However, giving Ivar an heir and a legacy is something that is incredibly valuable. Part of me thinks that there is a small possibility she isn't just some normal slave girl and that she could be the daughter of Eric the Red, a character being played by the Canadian actor Eric Johnson that is being introduced in the second half of Season 5, who also has a daughter named Freydis. His character will be loosely based on Eric the Red, a Norse explorer remembered in the medieval and Icelandic saga sources, having founded the first settlements in Greenland. Freydis knows that she's beautiful and she's confident, and it would explain why she's able to talk to Ivar so confidently without fear. And I know some of you are going to say, well, Eric the Red has red hair and Freydis has blonde hair, but changing hair color is a common fantasy trope, so perhaps there is something there. However, it looks like she is going to do anything for her king, including having sex with some random Vikings so she can become pregnant so she can give Ivar an heir. We are also reminded by Margaret that Ivar is infertile and isn't able to have children because of his condition.
He can't produce children.
And it looks like she's going to be playing her own version of the Game of Thrones while warming up to Viserys and King Harold, who could become a bigger problem for Ivar if King Harold figures out that Ivar can't bear his own children.
If you kill Ivar, then I will be queen.
We can't underestimate King Harold because he has nothing left to lose after killing his brother Halfdan and the death of his wife Astrid in the final battle of the first half of Season 5. He is an ambitious character and wants to be king of all the Danelands, but first he will have to eliminate Ivar if he wants to make this happen. It's possible that he seeks out other Vikings while Ivar is focused on getting his revenge on Lagertha, and we could see the return of Magnus and another Viking faction entering the fray to complicate matters even further. Either way, it looks like Freydis is going to be a dream, and Margaret will be the nightmare for Ivar in the second half of Season 5. Next up, we see King Alfred addressing Bjorn, Lagertha, Ubbe, and Torvi, where he says they will now fight together.
We have fought against you, and now we shall fight together.
And we have the reveal of who is going to be one of the opposing factions to King Alfred in the second half of Season 5, the Christian Church. I am actually really hyped for this plotline because it has so many implications, including the potential for a badass relationship with Ubbe and Alfred. Their relationship could very much mirror the Athelstan and King Egbert connections that we got with Ragnar, and Alfred does need to be able to defend himself with more than just his wits. I think that Ubbe and Alfred could actually learn a lot from each other, and this could be one of the underrated plot points in the second half of Season 5.
King Alfred and Ubbe, they form a bond together. Alfred shows Ubbe how to join this new world, and Ubbe shows him the ways of the olds.
Do not be afraid.
Well, there's that old saying, is keep your friends close, but your enemies closer.
I would love to see the show explore new sides to these characters as Ubbe and Alfred carve out new paths to show that they are both capable of being great kings. Lagertha and Bjorn are also in a compromising situation but have plenty of experience navigating political situations like the one they are currently in. So this could be an opportunity to strengthen the relationship between the Danes and the English. I think that it's pretty clear that Alfred cares about England itself as a land and a country, but also wants to make sure that his people are taken care of, and that inequality doesn't become an uprising and a bigger problem such as the ones he already has to deal with, like Ivar and King Harold. The Christian Church becoming an opposing faction will also make things very interesting in the second half of Season 5. They are already not happy with the interference of Judith on Alfred's behalf to push him onto the throne and push Aethelred aside. So, creating an alliance with the Danes will no doubt complicate matters as they will cast judgment on Alfred's decision-making process. However, it looks like King Alfred won't be the only one they will try and undermine, and it looks like they will be targeting Bishop Hegman as well because of his relationship with Lagertha. Leading up to Season 5, I found it very interesting that the History Channel interwove symbolism of Ragnarok for Bishop Hagman's plotline, because mostly the symbolism of fire and blood and Ragnarok seems to be reflected within the characters that are actually born from Viking culture. but it looks as if he will have to make some very difficult decisions to protect his own power, his position, and the King of England. And we can't forget Floki, as he will be having his own trials and tribulations as well, dealing with the storyline in Iceland as it descends into darkness and death. I am super hyped for episode 12, everyone, of season 5, and I definitely think that Vikings kick things off with a bang with the return of Rollo and some other intense moments. I will be dropping my full episode review tomorrow, and we will be discussing everything in detail and giving our predictions for episode 12 as well. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to leave a like on the video and comment on what you are most excited for in the next episode and anything that really stood out to you in the season premiere of Vikings. And if you want to see more Vikings videos like this one, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my upcoming videos. Also, please make sure that you go check out King McKay, another amazing content creator who does amazing Vikings content and Game of Thrones content. We will be doing a weekly podcast together called the Odin's Eye Podcast, discussing each episode of Vikings, and we will be breaking down promo trailers and episode reviews and doing all that. So you can check out his channel by clicking the link in the description of this video. Thank you to all my supporters on Patreon, and thank you all for watching this video. Skull!